I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hey, hello racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Hetzel with Drew Forster. We're going to go through these Sunday, May the 26th races at Hastings. We do have 7 thrillers lined up, starting at the traditional 150 first post.
Yep.
The pick 5 starts on race number 3, I believe, but anyway...
Is it 8 races?
7 races, so I might start at the second.
Starts in the second.
Okay. Anyway, yes.
We got the boys' steak.
We do. We have a nice
steak for all the
steaks
boys.
race today. A couple of Peter Reddekops, 3 Glen Todds.
Yeah.
Glen Todd and Peter Reddekop got the gloves on.
Battling it out.
It'll be a lot of fun. That'll be race number 6. On to the first. Let's get right into the action. Field of 6. 6 $4,000 non-winners, a 3 lifetime going 6.5 furlongs. Wow, we got a 5-horse Optic.
Tough to get by Optic in here.
There's no bigger class drop than this. The old non-3
no
allowance, the
price to
non-3 4. Yes. And this horse has gone from the penthouse right down to the parking garage, and Optic. What do you do with the other? Key the horse, or you
try and beat him, or
beat him with the one Fighter Heart, who ran well with Scott Williams last time. Just got beat, the good as they get. And the 4-horse El Diamante would be my next pick, but just, wow, tough to get past Optic.
Tough to get by Optic.
5-1-4.
Not much to add. I went 5-1-2. I threw in Cash Hit.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, he ran good last time. He only got beat a length by Fighter Heart, who's, if Optic's not in here, Fighter Heart for me would be the horse to beat. And Cash It wasn't far behind him. So I went 5-1-2. That's the thing,
because Optic may ruin Fighter Heart, and then someone may come along and clip them at the end and
clean up the pieces. Yeah, but I mean, tough to, as you mentioned, it's Optic's race to lose. On to the second, maiden 25 for fillies and mares. Field of 6 in here. I like the 4, Tui. Terry Clyde, what a start she's been off to. 13 starts, 5 wins, 4 thirds, batting 38%. Great to have Terry Clyde back in the trainer standings. And
fired that Mike Anderson.
Yeah,
that's good.
Get that Mike Anderson out of there, and she's batting 38%. But no, Mike's my buddy. He had a great year last year. But Mike enjoying time on the farm with his newfound chickens.
He's still hands-on. He's still in the mix.
Yeah, exactly.
He's still in charge of the farm operation.
They switch roles.
Camps,
They switch camps.
Terry was at the farm.
Terry went into town. Mike's on the farm, looking after his baby chicks, as I understand. Tui, a huge race, her first start this year as a 3-year-old. That was a live heat with Flight Dad and Sunburst. With those 2 out of here, it looks like Tui can win this. I got her on top. The newcomer is the interesting one, Hug, by Shrug, out of the good mare Daymaker. This is a true Swift thoroughbred.
Half to Snuggles.
Bred, yep, that's right. Yeah, half to Snuggles. In for 25. Dino Conolinos. Lasix first time. Amadeo Perez, a lot to like about Hug. Second spot for me. And I threw in Simply Golden, the Brent Bremner horse. Running in main special weights last year. Looked like she could sprint as well. The day claimed her for $8,000. She just got beat a length by Rainer Shine, who's a tough filly. Yeah. Then she went up and was, running those optional 50s, running good, behind Mousy and Lady LaRue beat her, the 1 horse. So I put her in for second. I went 4-6-5. Yeah. But I like 4-6.
I like the 4. Like Tui's the horse. I mean, tough to get past that one. There's no speed in the race. Tui has to get the lead in here. Lenny Cicerone is going to get the lead. It's going to be tough for this horse to get beat. 111 pounds. Lots of things point to the daughter of Gio Ponte, and obviously the price will be a little on the smallish side, but Tui is your horse to beat. I put the Mel Snow and John Snow, the Snow runners, in second and third. Lady LaRue, I know the horse ran poorly first time out. That was coming out of the Chrissy race.
You've always kind of liked her a little bit.
Yeah, I liked her last time and ran terribly. I forgive her because her races last year were plenty good enough. I'm going to give up. Something must have, I don't know, something swallowed her tongue. Something happened.
Throw out the last one,
Whatever. You don't run 8 by 26. When you look at her 7 races in 2018, all of a sudden throw in that. And she'd been working well going into it. I'm not giving up on Lady LaRue. So this horse, I'm gonna put her in, and I put the 1 hefty ransom in for third. Another one dropping out of the Chrissy race, coming out of the way tougher race. But I agree with Tui. 4-2-1. On to the third, $4,000 claimers, going 6.5 furlongs. Field of 7 signed on. I don't see a pile of speed in here, and I'm going to try the 2-horse Texas Kid. He was really compromised with an outside draw last time. Chased a 22-4, 45-4 opening half before fading, and didn't get any position at all. This horse will get the lead. He's faster than Feel No Shame. He's faster than Sir Barkley. He's faster than a lot of these horses, and I think he will get to the chooch. And whenever he's been on the chooch, he's been a pretty tough horse to catch.
I agree.
And then you might get 4, 5, 6 to 1 on him. I just thought Texas Kid was an interesting runner in here. Put the 7-horse Brother Rod in for second. Won first time out last year. Closed the season out with a nice win as well. Not so many good efforts in the middle there, but still this horse runs well fresh, and John Morrison's got the horse working very well. And I put the 4-horse Santa Fe Trail in for third. This horse was a good third place run. No pace help at all behind Burnham. It was a dreadfully slow pace. Feel No Shame had every shot to win, couldn't win. And Santa Fe Trail actually was traveling very well, galloped out ahead of Feel No Shame, so I thought that one might be a little better. But Texas Kid I like just because of the pace scenario.
Yep.
274.
I went to Feel No Shame. I went to the Maven horse. This horse is running better than it looks. Like he's 22, 0, 2, and 1. But a lot of them are running on. I feel like with a race under his belt, he's going to move forward. And I don't mind Feel No Shame. He's in light. He's got the rail. If something happens with Texas Kid, as you mentioned, Texas Kid looks tough on the chooch. If he doesn't break or something, Feel No Shame gets the lead, he could carry him a long way. I like Feel No Shame. Over Santa Fe Trail, as you mentioned, he needs something to run at. Looks like there's more pace in this race. Hopefully there is. Yep. And Brother Rod, I know he won first out last year, but everybody here has got a race. The ones I like.
Yeah, he didn't draw well. Outside's
not great.
He's not the greatest breaker, and he may get fanned out.
And that's what scared me off of, Cedarburg and Brother Rod. Two of the better horses in the races that they haven't run this year. They're the ones who have a start, and that could be to their advantage.
Act Up's good too, but just might need a trip.
Yeah.
And they're always competitive at this level. Sir Barkley's a nice little horse when he gets the right trip. It's a difficult race, but it's just whoever gets a little bit better trip. And I just thought Texas Kid, because once one horse doesn't get a good trip, they generally don't run well at this level. And when they do get a good trip, they seem to refine their
exactly. All of a sudden they're tough again.
Texas Kid might be able to do that just because there's not a lot of speed.
It's a good price pick by Mike there. I like 147 in the third. On to the fourth, Maiden 8 for 3 and up, going 6.5 furlongs.
Yeah, they're all 6.5 today.
Yeah, 8-horse fields. I went kind of an interesting horse here. I mean, it's very live connections, Phil Hall and Enrique Gonzalez. But Demerara. One start at 2 at Delaware Park. Didn't run great. That was a maiden 25. Shows up here this year. Runs on maiden 25. Pressed the pace in decent fractions, 23.46, going 6 furlongs. Faded. Now in for 8. This is a half to Madeira Park.
No, Capilano's
Langara Lass.
Yeah, it's a great family.
Ambleside Park, very strong family. And I just think maybe a drop to 8. If there's a little bit of that family class in here. He's got girdly speed, obviously needed last race, hadn't run in 2 years. I think this horse, being a 4-year-old, running against mostly 3-year-olds, the angle you always like, could be interesting in here. So I'm taking a price, well, probably not much of a price with the connections, but I'm going to try this horse, however you pronounce that name. Demerara. On top, Finally Famous. Good second last time. Behind the times are changing. Watch how times are changing. Runs in that tough 16 on Saturday. If he runs a good race back, that could flatter Finally Famous, who was second best in his first out this year at the Maiden 8 category. And I threw in Little Groot. This is an interesting horse. A Harbor the Gold. Nice 59-4 work for this. Steve Bryant being very aggressive this year, running for 8 second out after running in that Rack City Sir Knight 16. And getting aggressive. Come back and work in 59-4, and now in for 8. Little Groot, my third choice. 285 for me.
Yeah, I went with Little Groot. I thought the horse showed enough in the race. It broke a little tardy, as most first-time starters do. Still managed to show some courageousness and kept battling on in between horses. And I thought ran a good race. And the comeback work was kind of a clincher. I look for this horse to break better, be up or near the lead. And,
I like that worked. It could sharpen him up, get him out of there.
The horse is not bad. The horse was well back that day, too. So somebody thought this horse had a little bit of run to him. And I try him to win it. Put the one horse, Volo Veloce, in for second. A decent fourth behind Mosley and Doobie 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 and Jack Serene. I thought that was a good effort. was kind of stuck down on the inside, but look for this horse to maybe rebound with Richard Hamlin. I put the 2 Demerara, and I agree with the 2. I went 5, 1, and 2. I left out Tactful for Glenn Todd. I don't know much to do with that horse.
No, I wasn't sure.
Works are good, but just the one run in Phoenix was not a part of the race. I left out Finally Famous, who ran a good second by the time. Yeah. Random Act. It's a good race. And once again, another tough. We served up some tough handicapping assignments. Went 5, 1, and 2 in the 4th. On to the 5th race. Got some 62.50 claimers here going 6.5 furlongs. I landed on the 6th, the Class C Bluegrass Angus, former runner-up in the BC Derby. Fired fresh last year. Won first time out, May the 26th. And look at that. He's running on May the 26th in race number
Happy birthday
5.
to Trapper Barrowby. It's his birthday on Sunday. There you go.
Same race, same day last year.
Yep.
5th race, May 26th.
Nothing but bullets.
Nothing but, it's obvious. Except that it's Sanchez on it, who does Calator's. We got Richard Hamill. That's not going to hurt. Bluegrass Angus maybe to upset Mighty Fraser, who is the horse to beat, taking a big class drop. Hasn't been seen since last June. And the 7-horse Aditya, who is always money. He's a cool horse and seldom runs bad races. Yeah. I thought those are your 3 best horses in here. I went 6, 1, and 7.
Not much to add. I'm taking Mighty Fraser to try and beat Bluegrass Angus. Bluegrass Angus will probably be the favorite here.
Well, of course.
But I'm going to try and beat him with Mighty Fraser. Maybe if somebody can, I don't know. The problem is you're going to have to pressure Bluegrass Angus to beat him, and I don't know if anybody has that kind of speed to put enough pressure on him to get him beat. But if he does, Mighty Fraser looks like the horse that can run down late. So I got Mighty Fraser on top of Bluegrass Angus. I went to another, Terry's got 3 in here. I went to another Terry Clyde horse, Burnham. Really cool horse who, won first out for 4 this year. He's run much higher throughout his career. Started this year out for 4. Never really in question. This is the next logical step. Enrique Gonzalez picks up the mount. I went 1, 6, and 4 in the 5th. On to the 6th. George Royal. For older boys, going 6.5. And a field of 7, as you mentioned. We got 2 Redicops, 3 Glenn Todds. Throw in Weekend Wizard and Driller. I went to 5 Panhandle. Really impressed with his race last time. I like, this is a horse that's always a closer throughout his whole career. Went to the lead last time and seemed to relish the style. Got an 81 buyer. Ran on. Didn't seem like he was in any danger at the wire. Like he was.
No. Once he got the lead, that was the victory. Was then.
Yeah. He went in decent.
I can't
fractions.
see him getting the lead again. But maybe if he does, he does.
I'm just hoping. But the other speed is to the inside of him, right? Like Driller.
Driller's going. I would think would go Appalachie Bay.
Appalachie Bay. One of Peters is going to go. Either White Sport Coat or. But so I like Panhandle on the other side. Scott suits this horse well.
Perfect. Ran a great race.
Look at his record too at this distance, going 6.5, 8, 4, and 4.
Yeah, 4 wins, 4 seconds.
Never been worse than second.
No, he's a nice horse.
Going 6.5. Panhandle for me on top. Who did I throw in for second? I had a White Sport Coat. I put Appalachie Bay, who ran second to him last time. With more speed here, it's going to help Appalachie Bay coming from off the pace. He'll be rolling late. If they are quick up front, Appalachie Bay, another one very eligible to win this. I threw in Pitch Count, a newcomer for Glenn Todd and Marcy Bauer. They claimed this one off off Robertino Durador for 50 out of Oakland Park. Not a sprinter, though. Right?
Looks like a road horse.
His form is all distance, but he's definitely race fit. He's looked good working here. Live connections. This is a horse that's made over $250,000. I'm going to like him a lot more, I feel, further on down the line. But I'm thinking just the fact that he's fit and ready to roll, I don't want to leave him out of the ticket, so I'm going to put him in 3rd. I went 5, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I'm going to take a bit of a shot in here. I thought of all the horses that had the most brutal trip in the Swift Inaugural was the 4 Driller. He was just...
Yeah, he never got a shot.
It was eventful, let's put it that way.
No shot.
He ended up 6 beating 4.5 lengths or whatever. Gets Antonio Reyes. I think he's going to be speed or at least close to the pace. He won't be anywhere near where he was last time. I'm not crazy about the fact because he won 100 grand or he's got to pack 124 pounds and give everyone a pile of weight, but that's the conditions of the race. And Driller, he's going to be 10 to 1, or maybe not be 10 to 1, but he'll be a pretty good price.
He's going to be a price.
And I just couldn't find the speed in here. I don't see Panhandle getting things as gift wrapped as he got last time. He earned it. He broke well. Everyone else didn't break well, and he broke well and earned it and went out to the front, and they were never catching him. He was very impressive, and he sprinted home well in 16 and change. I mean, nothing against Panhandle, but he's a different horse when he's in behind horses. He's not a 116 and change horse when he's behind horses.
Yeah.
He's a 119 horse or 118 and change. He is, and that's why it took him like quite a while to break some of his, go through some of his conditions.
He was the best maiden.
Yeah,
he was the best maiden on the grounds for about 4 starts. But he just kept running second.
I had tried Driller, Appalachie Bay, and a white sports coat. Blaine Wright sends this one up to Phil. I know Phil's trying to win the race. His dad, courts campaign, George Royal, and he doesn't have a George Royal victory, and maybe Phil can be in the cards. He can win his dad's the blanket that has George Royal on it. Anyway, I'm sure he's got lots of those at home. But 4-2-1 for me in a very difficult George Royal. Good race. Yeah. There's a lot going on in that race. Finale is maiden fillies and mares, going 6.5 furlongs, maiden allowance. I went to the 7 Celerity. Thought this horse ran a good race, a better than looked race. Amazonian is the horse to beat, but Amazonian was ready, cranked, good to go, didn't win. Celerity, was ready, but not that kind of ready. This horse has a race under its belt. I think you'll see a lot closer second time out. Barb's horses do way better second time out. Glenn's horses do really well first time out. And I put Sunburst, who looked very good in a losing effort at the maiden $25,000 level in for third. I thought those were the 3 horses. I left out Butterscotch Blend, who is a very nice, had a good third behind Blondie and Celerity last year. There's some honky tonk woman I left out. Just lack of speed. I left that horse out. That's the only thing. But the horse had a good season last year and showed a lot of ability. Probably going to be one of your favorites as well. But I had quite a bit of trouble. But you might need a bunch in here. I went 7, 1, and 4. Yeah,
I don't think it's a slam dunk, but I did go the horse that will be the favorite, breaking from the rail, Amazon. She was in the 8-hole last time. Now she moves down to the rail, and how good has Chrissy looked coming back off that win?
Come back and win.
Just absolutely crushed last time. So that race obviously is a live heat. I got Amazonian on top of Honky Tonk Woman. I want to have this horse in there. She's been working well. This is a filly that ran very well last year.
Big long filly that I think will really see her do well going.
She's good. Yeah, I think she'll do better going in the mile 16.
But she showed a lot of. She's athletic. She's good.
Final prep for this 59-4 was her final prep for this. So Honky Tonk Woman. Yeah, Honky Tonk Woman for me in second, and your top pick Celerity. Yeah, coming out of the same race, Chrissy Amazonian, super live in here. I went 1-8-7. In the nightcap, that'll do it for our analysis of the Sunday, May 26th program. Up next on the screen will be our picks. Mike, as always, you're up first.
There we go. Back in race number 1. I had to go to the 5-horse. Oh, we need the Sunday slate. Okay.
Oh, we're on the Saturday slate.
Yeah, no.
Mike's picks were so good
yes, they are.
on Saturday. We're going to go have a second look at it.
We got to give him another look, just in case. We'll get the Sunday slate up there.
That's all right.
There we go. There's Mike. There we go. 5-1-4. Going to go Optic over Fighter Heart. Looks like one of the best bets of the day, Optic. First or last for that one.
Yeah.
Race number 2, I went to the 4, Tui. 4-2-1. Race number 3, the 2, Texas Kid. My price horse of the day, 2-7-4. Race number 4, I went to the 5, Little Group. 5-1-2. Race number 5, I went to the 6 horse, Bluegrass Angus over the 1 and 7. Race number 6, actually that's the longest shot bet of the day for me. The 4, Driller. Going to go 4-2-1. And in the 7th, I went the 7, Celerity. 7, 1, and 4.
On to my picks, I agree with Mike. Back in the first, number 5, Optic has to be tough in there over the 1 and the 2. In the second, I went to the 4, Tui over the 6 and the 5. In the third, I went to the 1, the Maben horse, Feel No Shame over the 4 and the 7. In the fourth, I went to the 2, Demerara. I don't know why I have such trouble with this name.
Well, it is. If you don't read it right, I mean, there's certain names that are all strung together that
Demerara.
Yep,
over the 8 and the 5. And then I got the Glenn Todd late pick 3. I went to Mighty Fraser, the 1 in the 5th over the 6 and the 4. I went to Panhandle in the George Royal, the 5 over the 2 and the 3. And I went to Amazonian, the rail horse.
He'll be pleased with you.
Over the 8 and the 7. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he'll be thrilled when I get all 3 of those.
Derby on Monday.
Super happy when I get all 3 of those beats.
Here. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Once again, racing will be next weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
Racing does continue. Don't forget there's a holiday Monday coming up, the Memorial Day in the States.
Yes.
So I believe we'll be simulcasting the Monday here.
Yes, of course.
At
we'll
the
be
Derby.
I believe it. The Derby.
Just off the top of my head, I was thinking it was
Bulldog races this week.
Oh,
too.
yeah. Oh, that's... Hey, Got to show up for that.
Who doesn't want to watch bulldog races?
I know, that's exciting. That's
edge of our seat.
On behalf of Drew, thanks everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Good luck in your wagers on Sunday, and we'll see you next time here on Handicapper's Corner at the Derby Bar and Grill.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do